Greetings, love. It's Intuitive Jacob, and we're back to do a leap into love reading. Feel free to check your sun, your moon, and your rising. We're going to be pulling 7 cards from this John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck to have a look at what you are both thinking on the first line, how you're feeling, and then how people are acting. And then the center card is going to be basically your disposition. Let's have a look on the inside. Greetings, Aquarius. So good to have you here. Thank you for being here. How is Pisces on working out for you with the 2020 view on what things sound like? We're hearing things differently, right? Let's see what's going on, too. We've got this relationship here. Your side, theirs. What we have in common. Stories could flip-flop, know your own designations. We've got thoughts, feelings, actions, and where we're meeting in the middle. So let's start here, shall we? Aquarius. Wow. Note to self. All the way around and back. How did it happen? Look at that. We've got somebody who looked themselves straight in the danger. Yes, we would like to continue watching. Thank you. Shadow. This is a lot like the moon. This is the moon style energy in the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. For some of you all, it's some kind of deep contact that you have made with whatever part of your healing was so elusive that it could only really come to your awareness if it met you on your level in some other way to give you a context. That's going to make sense for some of you all, because for some of you all, it's like, this is beyond superlatives for me here. We've got the Fool style energy here, the new beginning, okay? What some of you all stepped off into, you didn't fall into, maybe you didn't get pushed into. There's a choice because of how well you might have been willing to meet yourself in that scary place. That scary corner where it's like, oh my goodness, is this really happening? Is that me? Are you me again? I'm hearing for some of you all, you've got some kind of shadow boxer move going on with somebody here. And I'm hearing you might not be a fan of foreign travel for some of you. And so it's like, for one reason or another, you found another way to do it. Because for some of y'all, this is like your immersion technique. Some of you all might do, I love to go for floats, you know, sensory deprivation. For others, this is like, I mean, I'm somebody who's been dead before. So this is like, for me, this is kind of where I'm dabbling. You know, with a sun and moon duality here. Some of you all have this without having had that other experience that I've had, that's just like, wow, how did you meet yourself like that? I'm seeing this and just being like, get it, Aquarius, get it. Just something happened here. I'm hearing some of you don't even know how how they did that, but somebody went around for you, and I'm hearing it's like all the way around, and you haven't even seen it yet because of how they make their decisions. They might not have a lot of water, is what I'm hearing. So it's like how they do that, it's like some kind of like earth-fire combo. There might be some wind in there, some air, but for some of y'all, that's not the case either, because for some of y'all, I'm straight up hearing this is screaming Aries for somebody here. But this is knowing something on an intuitive level that was occurring, but it had to catch up with itself, is what I'm hearing. So for some of you all, this is speaking to a dharmic path that you have actually been on. For others, this is learning where and why somebody got scared and might have taken off, because I'm hearing you might have been dealing with some weird, hasslesome energies, especially if you've got somebody that's kind of like, I don't know if they're like, you know, like a dude magnet or a chick magnet or like whatever, you know, fits for that person, that descriptor, that might have actually thrown somebody off before they got started. Because I'm hearing for somebody, there's a comeback happening here for somebody. This, for some of you all, these are two different things happening at once. It could be more than that, but I'm here for some of y'all, it's like a whole new start, new person entering the scene, never met them, anything, but it's like how your energy is caught up with you on that level and now you have a new start with something. For others, this is like a comeback from somebody that I'm hearing they chickened out, they like spooked. It might have been like some weird, you know what people call about the twin flame runner chaser thing, and it's like they had to go all the way around and now they're back. And it's like they already know that there was nothing under their feet and they're just being bold, is what I'm hearing. That's awesome. Let's see what's going on here in the emotional sector. Feels. Wow. So, yeah, somebody is about to seriously just send it. It's coming from this side here. Aquarius, I'm hearing you might have like forgotten about something, because I'm hearing somebody might have just kind of, it seemed like they did not care. They just didn't care. They left you in the cold. They left you in the shadows. I'm hearing that this might be how you're feeling. I'm hearing for some of you on this one situation, it's like you might have only seen them like in these like social situations. And I'm hearing it now, that's kind of where you are. You're sort of like, all right, I already been through all that. I have like options here. And you might have forgotten about this person. I'm hearing, because of how I'm hearing they segregate their lives. It's like they have two lives or something. Maybe it's something they just hadn't been able to talk about, because they're showing up with this throat chakra energy, so it's like pressing for them. For some of you all, there's a strong vibe on just learning how to speak about a difficult emotional truth, and wear this healing color here, this like beautiful color. And it's like such a great healing color. It's like turquoise sort of color. Especially if this is suiting you in any way, if you feel like you're resonating here. I'm hearing for somebody, it's about a gift that was given to them that they couldn't speak up about. Because it's like, it's something that was just, hurtful. There was something hurtful that was going on in their world that's like, now what they're having to talk about, it's like where their ability to speak is coming from. And I'm hearing for somebody here, it's like, Aquarius, you might not realize that you're more than super sensory. Some of you all might be like starting to notice that now, especially if you're like super logical minded, and it's like you might be like late bloomer to all this like tarot, astrology kind of stuff. And like me, even like I was like, I can't even go near that stuff for a while, because I felt like I was being conjured backwards in these things. It was very like freaky for me until I had to like figure out what the heck was going on, because everything, we're in a world of sigils that woke up. And so I realized I was heavily sigiled, and I've had to start to become like hypersensory aware over this. And for some of you all, you're starting to realize that it's like almost like a reversed effect where you're like, wow, I'm like having my Neo moments or whatever, you know? And so for you all, you might be in a different place with this now, because it's like you've already stepped out and met the shadow, so to speak, especially if somebody never spoke up for you, if you didn't have people that were behind you. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, if this is a new person especially, what's going to be incredible about them is that they just kind of show up like ready. I'm hearing you might just like be off onto something else because you forgot about or gave up on something. And it's like whoever's showing up here, it's like they're just like just ready to go, and they're like speaking up and they're like working with you. And it's like where you're seeing real partnership. And it's because of what you've actually developed here in the shadow, where your shadow boxer moves may have come in handy. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like how this happens might be interesting, because I'm hearing it's like you might just be onto something different here. What's nice about it, though, is because I'm hearing if you have been in a less than social vibe, it's like this is the kind of social energy that you might be interested in participating in if it meets these certain specifications. And I'm hearing if it's like somebody new, it's like you're going to be actually really interested because you didn't have all that baggage behind you. You know, it's just like you can just pick up right there in a good communication. And for other people, it's like if you had somebody that like took off, that like showed up, it's like it's seeing somebody new, because I'm hearing it's been like 5 years. They're saying it's been like 3 to 5 years for some people, where it's like, I don't even know you. It's like, but you know, it's like a new start sort of thing. So let's see here what's going on. We've got how people are showing up. What's going on? All right. Big cautionary notes coming up here. I hear for some of y'all, it's like you're knowing whether or not it makes sense for you to let somebody in, because I'm like hearing it's like, no, I just got this roof up, thank you. You know, is what I'm hearing for somebody. And I see somebody over here trying to figure out what to do. And be careful, because for some of you all, see, this deception and envy can be really sad sometimes, because if somebody's coming after a new start with you with a ludicrous idea that they can speak weird to you, you know, it's kind of like shit. And so you're going to know that right away, because you're here protected in the spiritual strength. This is like the end of the suit here, fire. So it's like everything that you've worked for, it's like your mode of presence. And where you've probably been through so much shit too, just to be able to hold yourself like this, that it's like, you know, about picking your battles, and where you've already kind of balanced those things, and where sometimes it's like, okay, you know, I can go either way about this. This is rejoice and celebration. I already know what I did. And yes, I might meet you there. And other times it's just like, no, I'm in my namaste space, forget about it, you know? And I'm hearing for some of y'all, you might have to know the difference, because you might have different things happening at the same time, because I'm picking up a real strong, like, people lurking around vibe, like trying to figure out how to get in there, because for some of you all, something got said. Somebody did something here, and I don't know if there's like just people talking a mess, or if it's like you have somebody in common with a mess talker, but sometimes this shows up when there's people lurking around, playing a little like devious, or like trying to zoom in on the situation. And for some of you, they might be playing this angle with you too, especially if they're trying to come back after a long period of time. And in other cases, I'm just hearing too, you know, this could even be you, Aquarius, like, you know, maybe thinking that somebody's up to something, and making sure that you're being on the spiritual up and up here about what you're doing, and not mixing spirits and like emotions with people. Because I'm hearing, like, some people can't tell the difference between what, they're just like, oh, it's spiritual. It's like, you know, demons are spirits too, and sometimes it's like, no thanks, right? And I'm hearing sometimes people don't really have the discernment that you have. And so sometimes, especially if it's like inception energy, new energy, this is something that's been around a while, sometimes this new beginning is just an outright new start. But a lot of times this is what happens after somebody's been through something. And I'm hearing, just watch out that somebody isn't just like saying something out of hurt, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing if they are saying something out of hurt, it's like, no, I need to speak up now. You know, this was hard for me to say, and I'm hearing this might be somebody just confessing, being like, I waited too long to say something, and now I'm freaking jealous. And like somebody maybe just being very like honest about that. That might be a hard confession for somebody to make. But sometimes like 5s and 7s can be like challenging energy that we have to like move ourselves through, and I see them doing it. Let's see what's going on here. What do you have in common? We've got the partnerships and alliances. So for some of you all, that's actually what you need to hear to kind of be like, oh, all right. Because I'm hearing for somebody, it's like, it might be hard for somebody to speak up to you and tell you what they notice in you, because maybe it's like they're doing shadow work here and they don't feel like they can take that step, is what I'm hearing. Or maybe they didn't. And I'm hearing if you like ghosted them, because they might actually see you like the ghosty, or, you know, maybe you see them like the ghosty. Whichever way it went though, it's like somebody has the ability to see through it, because this energy here, it's where somebody's feel-good senses and vision might come together, and that can happen different ways. It's like why people might be motivated to act, you know? So make sure it's just not devious, because I'm hearing for some of you all, it might be the right kind of devious though. I'm hearing for somebody it's like the right kind of hater moves, because I'm hearing for some of you all, this is funny. Huh. I'm hearing, especially if you didn't realize it, because you're kind of like, this is sort of hermity for me. This 9 and this 18, it's like how you go inside yourself and shadow yourself, right? And it's the end of the fire suit. It's like whatever you're doing, it's like your passion project thing, your like mad professor thing, or like your monk thing, or like your high priestess thing, or like whatever it is that you do. I'm hearing you might pick when you're like less than social. And sometimes it's like around certain cycles, you know, because you're smart. And I'm hearing that it's like they might be trying to draw you out a little bit. And just be careful. I mean, there are a couple of 3s here, but I'm hearing for some of you all, that's you knowing that you have more than one option. And where you might actually be hearing from them, it's like, like, why? You know, like me. And I want to talk to you about my feelings and why I'm willing to put myself out here. And I'm hearing for some of you all, if they say it right to you, and if they're the right kind of hater with the people around you, where it's like, you don't even know, I'm doing this, and, you know, I care about you, and if they, I'm hearing somebody might be, like, petitioning you. It's like I'm just hearing the things they're willing to say, and, like, they kind of scripted and wrote it down, and I'm hearing for somebody here, it's like, you're gonna just be, like, holding yourself together to hear what they say, because for somebody, it's gonna make you feel like, you know, like an emotional satisfaction. It's like I just see somebody feeling like emotionally full, especially if they've been feeling sort of like empty for something, because I feel some of you are like made yourselves a certain kind of empty for whatever this is. Well, you're gonna know if that's the case. Hey Aquarius, I love you so much. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think, because honestly, I'm feeling great about it. I'm feeling like whatever's gonna happen here, this partnerships and alliance is something that I'm even interested in for me, and I'm an Aquarius sun guy, so I say that's a good way to start. Some of you are, I hear it's like being invited somewhere and agreeing to go, and it actually ending up in like how a partnership of some form happens, and it looks like hand fasting here. I'm hearing for somebody it's like their idea of like the right way to do this is like a hand fasting, and so you might hear more about that. Let me know what you think. Love your comments. If you would like, feel free to hit us up at Very Fine Martians. It's a Discord chat room. It's linked below, and if you would like your very own reading or answer just your questions, feel free to reach out for that, Aquarius. Love you very much. Take care. We'll catch you again soon when we're back for another one. Bye for now.